Welcome. I'm Taylor Amy, president of the University of Texas at San Antonio. UTSA is one of 14 institutions that comprise the University of Texas system. We are located here in San Antonio, the largest federal cyber presence outside of Washington, D.C. I want to welcome each of you to today's virtual launch of the Cybersecurity Manufacturing Innovation Institute, or CyManII. The 6th National Manufacturing Innovation Institute, funded by the U.S. Department of Energy Advanced Manufacturing Office, and the newest of 16 National Manufacturing USA Institutes, funded by the Departments of Energy, Defense, and Commerce. This is a special moment in the history of UTSA as we lead this institute to support a critical national need. Personally, I had the great joy of collaborating with Oak Ridge National Laboratory while I was at the University of Tennessee to bring forward another Manufacturing Innovation Institute. I am absolutely certain that today's launch will positively affect our trajectory as a Tier 1 public serving research university whose mission it is to generate new knowledge to change the world. UTSA has assembled the best and brightest team from government, the university community, and industry to form this public-private partnership to catalyze a cyber manufacturing vision for our nation. Our institute brings together the top cyber and manufacturing universities, U.S. Department of Energy national laboratories, and private companies to take on manufacturing's biggest challenge in the evolving digital manufacturing world. We began this journey back in February of 2019 when the U.S. Department of Energy first announced their intent to launch a new Manufacturing Innovation Institute focused on cybersecure and energy-efficient manufacturing. While cybersecurity has been a core research and educational focus for UTSA over the last 20 years, tremendous effort was put forth to ensure that we catalyzed an innovation institute that was truly reflective of the top capabilities from across the U.S. to take on manufacturing's biggest cyber challenges. CyManII is funded by the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy's Advanced Manufacturing Office, with $70 million from the U.S. Department of Energy and $41 million in institutional support from our 59 partner member consortium. CyManII will ensure that U.S. manufacturing community remains globally competitive for decades to come. CyManII especially leverages the unique research capabilities of the Idaho, Oak Ridge, and Sandia National Laboratories, and I am especially grateful for the support provided to our team from directors Peters, Zachariah, and Peary. CyManII also leverages critical expertise across our partner cyber manufacturing ecosystem, principally through the National Center for Manufacturing Sciences. I am so grateful for the support provided to CyManII from President Lisa Strama and her team. We look forward to working with the consortium to support U.S. manufacturers by developing solutions to secure automation, secure the supply chain, and build a national program for education and workforce development for advanced secure manufacturing. I have some important thank yous that I would like to share with you. First, I want to thank Secretary Dan Bruyette, Deputy Secretary Mark Menendez, Assistant Secretary Daniel Simmons, Deputy Assistant Secretary Alex Fitzsimmons, EERE Advanced Manufacturing Office Deputy Director Valerie Leitner, and Technology Manager Chad Schell from the Advanced Manufacturing Office for their support of this initiative and for their collaboration with us during the negotiation of our cooperative agreement. We greatly appreciate our congressional supporters from across the U.S., representing 15 different states and 59 public and private academic institutions, companies, and nonprofits. Our Texas delegation, Senator Cornyn and Representatives Castro, Cuellar, Doggett, Hurd, and Roy provided tremendous support as we navigated this effort. I know firsthand that our CyManII team is a deeply collaborative and talented group who came together to craft this vision for cybersecure manufacturing. Their creativity, collaboration, and persistence has been amazing. I want to thank especially the associate lab directors at Idaho, Oak Ridge, and Sandia National Labs, Mike Burns, Mo Khalil, and Zach Tudor, for their continued partnership with us. My colleagues here at UTSA were instrumental in supporting this institute. Vice President for Research Bernard R. Lanendam, Provost Kimberly Espy, Vice President for Information Management and Technology, Kendra Ketchum, Senior Vice President for Business Affairs, Veronica Mendez, and Dean of Engineering, Joanne Browning. Finally, I especially want to thank Dr. Wayne Osted at Idaho National Lab and Dr. Craig Blue at Oak Ridge National Lab for their leadership and continuous support in the trenches with us from the very beginning. CyManII's headquarters will be hosted here in San Antonio, Texas at UTSA. I'd like to extend my gratitude to Chancellor James B. Milliken, his staff, and the Board of Regents from the University of Texas System who backed UTSA and the entire consortium around this opportunity. Finally, I very much want to thank CyManII CEO, Dr. Howard Grimes, the CyManII technical team, and the CyManII operations team for their collegiality, leadership, and persistence from the get-go. Our negotiations over the last few months are complete. We now have a cooperative agreement in place. We have hit the ground running. On behalf of my university and the CyManII team, we are so honored to lead this effort. Thank you once again for joining us today. It is now my privilege to introduce Daniel Simmons, Assistant Secretary for the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, to provide remarks on behalf of the U.S. Department of Energy. Assistant Secretary Simmons leads EERE to promote affordable and reliable energy to enhance America's economic growth and energy security. He oversees technology development in the energy efficiency, renewable power, and sustainable transportation sectors. Before joining the department, he served at the Institute for Energy, the American Legislative Exchange Council, and the Mercatus Center. He has also worked as a professional staff on the Committee on Resources in the U.S. House of Representatives. Daniel, as I turn the program over to you, I just want to say that we are honored to have you speaking here today with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is great to be here with you all today. I am honored to represent the Department of Energy and have the opportunity to say a few important words. I lead the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy. Frequently, when people hear that name, they think about, well, renewables, obviously, or some of our energy efficiency activities. One of the things that, even though it is a very large part of our work in this office, is our advanced manufacturing office. And this, as we think about the future of manufacturing, we frequently think about 3D printing. We think about, a kind of a democratization of manufacturing around the United States and new opportunities. And one of the things that as you think about this future of manufacturing that you have to consider is cybersecurity. And so we are very glad to be able to launch this this new institute. And my notes just went away, and that's kind of a bummer. I will pull them back up because it is always more helpful to have my notes in front of me. So my notes are back. Manufacturing is critically important for the administration, especially domestic manufacturing. And as we think to the future, the digitalization of manufacturing will only become more important. And with that, we need to be concerned about cybersecurity. Cybersecurity challenges are well known, and it is also a challenge. Manufacturers are not, of themselves likely going to be able to solve these cybersecurity challenges. But what we need is a collaborative effort, and that is really what put this team over the top, as in a collaboration of so many different groups all coming together to advance the cybersecurity of manufacturing. This is the 6th Manufacturing Institute funded by the Department of Energy. It is a part, or will be a part of the, I guess now is a part of the Manufacturing USA Network, which includes both work with the Department of Defense and the Department of Agriculture. We are going to look to CyManII to leverage this multidisciplinary team of experts from around the industry, from universities, from national laboratories, and from nonprofits, to break down technology silos and connect with experts throughout the supply chain, and to create an innovation ecosystem that accelerates technology development and really to drive advanced manufacturing across the United States. So as was mentioned, the federal investment in this case is about $70 million, but was also mentioned is an additional $40 million from other sources. So it is really the catalyzing of over $100 million of resources is really what is going to drive CyManII forward to really make a difference for manufacturing and for the United States as a whole. CyManII has, currently 49 proposed members from academia, industry, national labs, and nonprofits. As the Department of Energy, we are very proud of the work that all of our national laboratories do. In this case, especially Idaho National Laboratory, Oak Ridge National Laboratory, and Sandia National Laboratory. And next, you'll be able to hear from the head of Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Just last week, I had the opportunity to visit Idaho National Laboratory and to see some of their cybersecurity capabilities. It was very impressive, and I look forward to seeing the work that comes out of the national labs as part of this overall effort. So obviously, we have a large challenge ahead of us. There is no doubt about that. The advantages to the digitalization of manufacturing are clear, but the challenges are clear as well. We just have such a much greater attack surface for cyber attacks than ever before, as we are adding new electronic controls. But then again, it's also true that there is so much to be gained in terms of efficiency that we cannot not afford to move towards this digital future. So DOE is looking for the new institute to help manufacturing in the area of secure automation, to help focus on the security aspects of integrated hardware and software systems, to improve the security that is expected for innovations that will allow manufacturers to improve productivity and efficiency. Since after all, we are the Department of Energy, and an important part of what we do overall, but especially my office, the Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, is driving efficiency forward. Also looking forward to see the efforts around securing the supply chain to make sure that we have a focus on cybersecurity aspects of the supply chain network. And that was, I was able to see some interesting aspects of that just last week at Idaho National Laboratories, and some of their thoughts on how to do a better job securing the supply chain into the future. So, and also to increase, something else we were looking forward to is increasing awareness and implementation of cybersecurity best practices, and coordinating vulnerability disclosures, as well as education and workforce development. That we have to have the people. We have to have people trained that can take this information and that can execute on it to produce a more cybersecure manufacturing ecosystem. So I am glad to be here with you today and to have the chance to kick off this event. The timing could really not be better, since just yesterday, my office released its first ever multi-year program plan for cybersecurity. So the overall message is that the Department of Energy is trying everything we can to take cybersecurity seriously, given the challenges and the benefits that we see from a future of greater electronic control. This plan, our multi-year program plan, was a culmination of more than a year's work between all of our offices, and it reflects that cybersecurity is really a team effort, which also reflects on why this team won this institute. That it is collaborative institutes like CyManII that are so important for the future of America's manufacturing competitiveness. So thank you to everyone, the work that you've done so far, the work that you've done to get to this position, but now the real work will begin, and we very much look forward to seeing that in the future. And I understand, if I have this correct, that I get to introduce Dr. Thomas Zachariah, my friend, the director of Oak Ridge National Laboratory. He first joined Oak Ridge in 1989. He established their materials modeling and simulation group. Thomas has been a visionary in terms of high performance computing at Oak Ridge, and has, went from making that for not just making sure that Oak Ridge had high performance computing, but for them to have at one point the fastest supercomputer in the world, and will be again in the future. So with that, I'll hand it off to Dr. Thomas Zachariah. Thomas?
Thank you, Assistant Secretary Daniel Simmons, for that introduction. And President Taylor, congratulations. Thank you for your friendship. We miss you around here in East Tennessee, and good afternoon to all of you. It's a pleasure to join all of you to celebrate the launch of the Cybersecurity Manufacturing Innovation Institute. On behalf of Oak Ridge National Laboratory and my colleagues at Idaho and Sandia National Laboratories, I extend my thanks to the University of Texas at San Antonio for leading this effort. We also express our appreciation to CyManII's member consortium, which represents the nation's thought leadership in cybersecure manufacturing. ORNL is honored to support this team, and we look forward to providing critical infrastructure and expertise to advance CyManII's goals. Industries across the country desperately need cybersecurity and automation solutions to ensure their survival against foreign competition. Studies have shown that there is a 500 billion opportunity in manufacturing for companies that are agile and efficient. The adoption of the digital thread is a key enabler in capturing this opportunity. The digital thread allows us to fully utilize the production capabilities and skilled workforce distributed across the U.S. manufacturing ecosystem. This is critically important to our small and medium-sized companies who represent 98% of our manufacturers. Unfortunately, the digital thread also provides an avenue by which our adversaries can tamper with our production operations, generate inefficiencies and errors in processes and products, and compromise our intellectual property. The manufacturing sector presents the largest attack surface and attracts the largest number of cyber attacks. Identifying and mitigating intrusions across the broad range of contractors and suppliers is a clear and substantial technical challenge. CyManII will provide an innovative front line of defense for U.S. suppliers, enabling them to use the digital thread to leverage the latest capabilities in advanced manufacturing in a secure and easily accessible fashion. As director of ORNL, I'm proud to say that some of these capabilities can be found at Oak Ridge. Over the past 2 decades, ORNL has emerged as a leader in the development and implementation of next generation technologies for advanced manufacturing. We've developed resources in additive, subtractive, and hybrid manufacturing, and leveraged our signature strengths in materials to advance carbon fiber and composites manufacturing. We're using artificial intelligence to create digital twins that can accurately model the behavior of vulnerable physical system components and determine how to respond to attacks. We're also applying our capabilities in data fusion and analytics of IT, OT, and ubiquitous sensor data to enable early detection of cyber attacks, perform forensics, and launch rapid and comprehensive responses. CyManII will also have access to ORNL resources in robotics and controls, and automated systems modeling and simulation, visualization, and machine learning. In addition, 2 ORNL facilities will serve as critical manufacturing test beds. The manufacturing demonstration facility offers a platform for emulating discrete manufacturing, and the carbon fiber technology facility can serve the same function for continuous manufacturing. These facilities are already in heavy use by industry. Together, we have hosted more than 30,000 visitors, 180 industrial partners, 92 industrial fellows, and thousands of student interns. And we've received multiple awards and resulted in more than $1 billion in private follow-on investments. Most recently, they have been used to assist the nation's manufacturers in accelerating the production of the PPE needed to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. We look forward to working through CyManII to use our capabilities to advance next-generation energy-efficient manufacturing methods and to ensure the cybersecurity of physical systems. CyManII provides with a wonderful opportunity to leverage these resources by working with other leaders in cybersecurity, smart manufacturing, and related fields to drive innovation for the U.S. manufacturing sector in supporting the full adoption of the secure digital thread across the manufacturing sector. CyManII will help to enable U.S. dominance in manufacturing. The CyManII team not only aims to innovate through applied research and development of novel technologies, they also intend to train more than 1 million workers in next-generation cybersecurity technologies. These are ambitious goals, but I believe that this team has the capability and the determination needed to deliver on its commitments. Again, on behalf of ORNL and my colleagues at Idaho and Sandia National Laboratories, my thanks and congratulations to all of you who have worked to bring CyManII into being. It is now my pleasure to introduce CyManII's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Howard Grimes. Howard is a noted research scientist with 25 years of success, both in directing research programs at universities and national laboratories, and in entrepreneurial startup initiatives. He has held leadership positions, including Vice Provost and Vice President at top-tier universities across the United States. He also served as Director for Innovation and Industry Partnerships at the Idaho National Laboratory Center for Advanced Energy Studies. Howard is a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science, with 59 peer-reviewed publications, multiple op-eds, and 2 patents to his credit. In addition to serving as CyManII CEO, he's also the Associate Vice President for Institutional Initiatives at UT San Antonio. Please welcome Dr. Howard Grimes.
Thank you, Dr. Zachariah. It's an honor to have you and others here with us on an incredible day. I want to thank the Department of Energy, EERE, the Advanced Manufacturing Office, and CSER, because they developed a grand challenge that truly inspired our vision for a U.S. manufacturing ecosystem that is cyber secure and energy efficient. Thank you to Valerie Leitner and Chad Schell and their teams for their amazing steerage of the negotiation process done in record time. I want to echo President Amy's appreciation of all the leadership and faculty at UTSA for your ongoing support of CyManII. I understand that Governor Brad Little from Idaho has joined us. Governor Little, thank you for your support of this effort of the Idaho National Lab and your letter of support. The Department of Energy outlined a grand challenge: how to use cybersecurity to achieve energy efficiency gains for small, medium, and large U.S. manufacturers. Currently, digitization of manufacturing leads to energy efficiency gains, but it also exponentially enlarges the cybersecurity threat attack surface. This is a business model that is simply not sustainable. The innovations that CyManII will develop project a new business model, one where investments in cybersecurity equal a significant reduction in energy costs, thus providing U.S. manufacturers with a financial incentive to deploy cybersecure architectures throughout their enterprises. Energy efficient manufacturing must be cyber by design. A new architecture, the Secure Manufacturing Architecture, or SMA, will emerge from the research and development done by CyManII. SMA will enable a new business model, decrease cyber attack surface areas, and enable a connected and secure ecosystem that drives energy efficiency via intelligent efficiency. CyManII's vision introduces a cybersecure energy return on investment for energy efficient manufacturing and supply chains that secures and sustains American leadership in global manufacturing competitiveness for decades. Cybersecurity for manufacturing must be energy efficient. It must be pervasive throughout the entire manufacturing ecosystem. It has to be unobtrusive, like turning on the water faucet or flipping a light switch. It has to be resilient and able to withstand power outages, natural disasters, and dedicated cyber attacks. And after all, it does also have to be economical. It's got to be inexpensive to install and operate. We call this cybersecurity that is Epsilon pure. CyManII will address fundamental challenges facing U.S. manufacturers and cybersecurity. We already have begun a robust and comprehensive analysis of cybersecurity technology gaps in U.S. manufacturing. This is driven by industry and will remain so. CyManII's research and development efforts will be informed by industry and lead to pragmatic innovations. Key amongst these are the design of the SMA, or the Secure Manufacturing Architecture. CyManII will also implement CORE, which will link physical and virtual test beds into a trusted ecosystem for testing and validating our innovations prior to implementation. We will launch an aggressive and wide-ranging program for cyber vulnerability discovery and mitigation. To transform the industry, we will provide TrustWorks as a service to train and upskill manufacturers across the United States. Together and in an integrated way, these innovations will produce cybersecurity that is Epsilon pure. Our team is diverse, nation-spanning, and brings the very best talent of our country to bear on this grand challenge. Anchored by the UT system at the University of Texas at San Antonio, it links to three powerful DOE national laboratories: the Idaho National Lab, Oak Ridge National Lab, and Sandia National Lab, as well as powerhouse research universities, private industry, other manufacturing innovation institutes, and organizations like the National Center for Manufacturing Sciences. CyManII embodies the benefit and the impact that public-private partnerships can bring to the nation. This view shows the 59 members that we launch with today, and we are eager to grow our membership and grow our impact over the next several years. CyManII embraces bold goals. Over 5 years, and significantly increasing after that, we will save U.S. manufacturers 1 quad of energy, or about 4% of the total used annually by manufacturers. The savings are gleaned by investing in SMA and other technical innovations that CyManII will introduce. That is over $20 billion of return on investment for companies. We will detect and mitigate 1 trillion instances of cyber vulnerabilities for U.S. manufacturers, thus hardening them from cyber attacks. And we will train and upskill 1 million current and future U.S. manufacturers. For CyManII and the Department of Energy to lead a transformation in cybersecure, energy-efficient manufacturing, this is a necessity. The team that comprises CyManII is the best I've ever worked with. It's a big team and it's a growing team. But these people shown here have really contributed to our success and getting us to where we are today. And I want to thank Dongyan Zhu from Purdue University, Tom Kerfus from Oak Ridge National Lab, Crystal Castillo from UTSA, Paris Stringfellow from Clemson, skipping me, Greg Shannon, Chief Scientist from Carnegie Mellon University, Gabriela Chiacarli from Alpha Secure, Paulo Costa from George Mason University, and Wayne Osted from the Idaho National Lab. These are my friends, my colleagues, and I trust them implicitly. It is now my honor and pleasure to introduce Lisa Strama. Lisa is the president and CEO of the National Center for Manufacturing Sciences. They are a leader in establishing and executing programs for increasing U.S. manufacturing global competitiveness through the acceleration of technology transfer among industry, government, and academia. Lisa's long career entailed innovating and leading manufacturing and engineering organizations by establishing a framework for cross-discipline, collaborative, and integrated digital environments utilized for next-generation leading designs and programs of record for thousands of engineers. Lisa serves on the board of directors for the University of Michigan's Tauber Institute to provide direction and advancement of the Manufacturing Operations Focus program. Lisa's academic credentials include an MBA in Management Information Systems from DePaul University and a Bachelor of Science degree in Operations from Western Illinois University. Additionally, she has published and has held certifications from the University of Virginia Darden Graduate School and formerly from the American Production and Inventory Control Society. Lisa's global leadership embodies the entire manufacturing life cycle. We are honored to have her join us here today and honored to have NCMS on our side.
Thank you, Howard. NCMS is honored to partner with the Department of Energy and UTSA for meeting our critical needs through the Cybersecurity Manufacturing Innovation Institute. Throughout its inception and process, we recognize the strength of this team and have been steadfast in our support. We ourselves were established 34 years ago by executive order of the President of the United States to increase manufacturing competitiveness. We have been an independent organization ever since. We maintain a neutral, unbiased voice of industry to maximize collaboration and accelerate innovation through our trusted and vetted network. Our innate ability to protect and preserve our network's intellectual property allows us to focus on critical cyber manufacturing needs and innovative paths forward. Over our long history, we have successfully advanced technology into the hands of our warfighters to ensure their readiness. And in doing so, we have transformed manufacturing across the ecosystem by not only working within, but across our industrial bases supply chain. We also have been long immersed in cyber, as we recognized early on it is foundational for securing our supply chain. This is competitiveness and national security brought together through collaboration. We represent industry leaders in all aspects of manufacturing technology, whether it's software and hardware, original equipment manufacturers, and small and medium organizations. Manufacturing is the backbone of our country, employing nearly 12 million people, over 500,000 companies. So developing and maintaining a technological advantage transcends into everything else we do, whether it's engineering, marketing, investments, or retail. Business builds out from our manufacturing core and sets the stage for a career path in many fields to come. Protecting this is without question. It's a must-do as our livelihoods for generations depend upon it. We must act now as product complexity is a driver of this infrastructure need. 20 years ago, 70% of product content was mechanical. Today, 70% of product is driven electrically and software. These are cyber risks. It is this complexity of our manufactured products and processes that has exponentially introduced combinations of cyber threats. Every advancement leaves multiple avenues for bad actors to take advantage of us. To move us forward, we must create the security bridge. This requires further transformation of our digital infrastructure because it's critical to the innovation of new products and to the maintenance of legacy products. We know that the organizations we work with are committed to protecting their operations and information. They are eager to adopt highly effective and affordable cyber protocols. This is just what CyManII is positioned to provide. By CyManII utilizing NCMS's collaborative and digital framework, we can break through barriers to maximize technology exchange and deployment for ultimately increasing our competitiveness, while also ensuring our industrial base is secure. NCMS is excited and honored to bring this framework forward and to support our UTSA, Department of Energy, national labs, academic, and industrial partners for advancing and securing our nation's manufacturing through the Cyber Manufacturing Institute. Thank you for this honor. Thank you, and back to you, Howard.
Countdown. Am I? Thank you very much, Lisa. I wanted to get back and relay the message to anybody listening that CyManII is, as you can tell, open for business. You can go to our website, CyManII.org, and see about our membership and how to connect with us. And specifically, if there are interest in participating in the industry roadmap, that's the vehicle by which you can find us. So please do that. And we look forward to operating and growing our membership as we move forward. It is now my honor to introduce Chancellor J.B. Milliken, a national leader in public education with more than 30 years experience. Chancellor Milliken oversees one of the largest public university systems in the U.S. with 14 health and academic institutions with more than 240,000 students. Chancellor Milliken has served in top leadership positions at major university systems, including the City University of New York, University of Nebraska, and the University of North Carolina. JB, this would not have been possible without system support. On behalf of the CyManII team and consortium, we thank you and I thank you.
Thank you, Howard, and congratulations to you, President Amy, and all of your colleagues at UTSA. CyManII has my enthusiastic support, as you know, and that of the UT System Board of Regents. And I thank everyone here for being a part of it. Thanks in particular to the outstanding national laboratories who got behind this effort early and were a magnet for many of the partners that followed. And I want to add my thanks to the Texas congressional delegation and all the public officials who've endorsed CyManII and provided their support. Your support is and will continue to be important and very much appreciated by all of us. Being chosen by the Department of Energy to lead this effort is a tremendous accomplishment, monumental and well-deserved win for UTSA, and adds to the momentum that President Amy and his team have built. But CyManII represents a win for so many other constituencies as well. It will help drive security and prosperity, as we've heard, for American manufacturing, by extension for our entire country. It's a big win for individual firms. According to the Harvard Business Review, today 7 in 10 Fortune 500 CEOs say they're running technology companies. These companies include many that the general public would consider old economy firms. The amount of computing embedded in everything today is astonishing. It makes products smarter, more efficient, and better. But as you know, it creates enormous vulnerabilities. Customers understand this and want to trust that their data and their intellectual property and their systems are safe. CyManII, with its emphasis on serving and securing manufacturing, automation, and the supply chain, is a big win for them also. With its national program for education and workforce development, CyManII is a big win for American workers. With the advent of automation and artificial intelligence, combined with the rise of work from home and other changes driven by the global pandemic, there's plenty of uncertainty about the future of work and what opportunities will be available for those launching careers in the years and decades to come. While the economic landscape will continue to evolve, It's hard to think of more fertile ground for growing jobs than protecting U.S. manufacturing from cyber threats. Finally, as it develops new ways to drive both security and energy efficiency, CyManII will be a big win for everyone. Consuming less energy will save companies money, boosting profits, creating job opportunities, and of course, it creates a lighter environmental footprint. Great news for all of us. In addition, great news for American manufacturing, consumers, workers, and the planet. I think CyManII will represent a template for meeting many of the grand challenges we face today as a society. Whether it's defeating COVID, curing cancer, fighting climate change, tackling our biggest challenges requires collaboration across networks of partners, constituents, stakeholders, all of whom trust that they can safely share their perspectives, their research, their information, their data. Bringing together the best minds in academia, government, industry, and nonprofits isn't just the best recipe for success. It may be the only recipe for success today. So while I couldn't be prouder that UTSA has been chosen to lead CyManII, and that role is important. As with all great endeavors, the success of this program will be all about execution with our partners. We want to continue to attract the best partners, and I've found that the best way to attract great partners is to be a great partner. The UT system believes in CyManII, is committed to its success, and to being the best partner possible. So I want to congratulate again all of you, especially Taylor and his team, but all of our partners, collaborators, supporters, the people who've made this possible. Here's to a long, productive, and fruitful partnership. And thank you for being a part of this launch today. That's the end of today's program. Have a great day and keep watching CyManII for the great successes in the future. Thank you.